Hello, we are Wash Your Rice, and this is Wash Your Rice, a horror-themed puzzle survival game.
My name is Bryce Klein.
My name is Nathan Wilkerson.
This is Hernan Garcia.
Hello, my name is Idonna Collins.
I'm Alan Pies, and I'll be giving you a brief project overview. In August 2025, our group came together under the general idea to build a stylized horror game using Unreal Engine 5. After forming our team, we began researching Unreal Engine 5 and what it would take to collaborate in a small group. Our game is generally targeted towards three personas: the horror enthusiast, the gamer that loves to try small indie games that are creepy and story driven. He enjoys recording playthroughs and sharing his experience with his loyal fan base. Similarly, we target variety streamers and video game critics who both enjoy video games that be completed in one sitting while still being fun to replay over and over again. With this in mind, our design process centered around three core mechanics: sanity, puzzles, and enemy encounters. The puzzles serve as a primary way to complete the game. Centered around the player's computer, our 1.0 release has a variety of puzzles to keep players guessing and entertained. While some are harder than others, the time it takes and mistakes affect the player's sanity. The sanity system became our version of a health system. Early on in our design process, we tailored our discussions around psychological horror themes. The sanity system is affected by time, enemies, and the player's actions in game. Wrong answers on puzzles while drop sanity, but can be recoverable while resting in bed. At low sanity levels, the player experiences visual and auditory hallucinations. Finally, to throw a wrench in the player's ability to speedrun the puzzles and the game, we added enemies. Each enemy has their own attack and counterplay mechanics. They are meant to annoy, distract, and cause the player to lose their sanity. This covers the three main components, but Wash Your Rice has so many features, big and small, hidden and visible, that will hopefully haunt all types of gamers.
Greetings, this is Hernan, and now I am going to focus on the game mechanics in WashYourRice. This part explains how the game actually plays and what the player has to manage during a night. The main idea is the player is under pressure. They have to solve puzzles, watch the clock, manage sanity, react to enemies, and use items at the right time. The first major mechanic is the night loop. Each night starts at 12 a.m. and runs until 6 a.m. During that time, the player has to make progress before the night ends. That makes the clock important because even when nothing is attacking you, time is still moving. The player also has to manage their sanity bar. If sanity gets too low, they can rest at the bed, but that also takes away time from solving puzzles. So the player has to choose between making progress and staying safe. The computer is the main puzzle area. Players open puzzle files and solve them to earn short binary codes. After the player solves enough puzzles, those codes are combined into the main answer for the night. This is where the game gets a lot of its progress. The player is trying to finish puzzles, but he cannot only stare at the computer because other mechanics are happening at the same time. For example, enemies are there to interrupt the player. The player might be focused on solving puzzles, but then an enemy can appear in the room. If the player reacts in time, they can deal with it. If they miss it, the game can force an extra reaction puzzle. That makes enemies important because they break up the puzzle solving mechanic and make the player pay attention to the room as well. The inventory gives the player more options though. For example, the player starts off with a broken flashlight. From there, they can gain a battery by completing a puzzle. Those can then be combined into a working flashlight. That matters because items are not just collectibles that you can get, but they are part of how the player responds to threats and survives throughout the night. The game also has extra mini challenges, like the rice spill event. When this happens, rice piles appear around the room, and the player has to clean them up before the timer runs out. This is a good example of how the game pulls the player away from the computer while not just being enemies, but other mechanics as well. It keeps the player moving and makes them react to more than just one thing at a time. So the main thing about WashYourRice is how the mechanics work together. The timer creates urgency, the puzzles create progress. Sanity is a risk, enemies interrupt the player. Items give the player a way to respond to said enemies. We're making each mechanic pretty simple to understand. The player will be able to make all the decisions they can do under pressure that they're given. This is what gives the game its horror survival feeling.
Hello, my name is Nathan Wilkerson, and I'm going to focus on technologies and system design used in our game Wash Your Rice. The main technology behind our game is Unreal Engine 5. It handles rendering, physics, lighting, and real-time gameplay. It also runs the game loop, which constantly updates the player and the environment. This also allows all of our systems to function together and keep the game running smoothly. The problem we want to address was creating a more immersive survival experience. In many games, there isn't enough pressure, and systems feel disconnected. Players don't always need to make meaningful decisions which can make the gameplay repetitive. Our goal was to create an overlapping system to add pressure and force the player to make decisions. We want to improve immersion and fix common issues like confusing UI and systems not interacting properly. These were the main pain points we focused on solving. To build our game, we use Unreal Engine 5, C++, and Unreal UI system, which is called UMG. Unreal Engine handles the world and rendering, C++ controls the gameplay systems, and UMG is used to create menus and user interface elements. These technologies work together in layers. Unreal Engine runs the game world, C++ controls how systems behave, and UMG allows the player to interact with everything through menus and controls. This setup allows changes like adjusting settings or pausing the game to happen instantly in real time. During development, we ran into several challenges. One major issue was getting the master volume system to work correctly, since changes in the slider didn't always affect the audio. We also had problems with UI elements not being properly connected to the code, which caused buttons and sliders to not work. Another challenge was managing game state, especially when pausing, since gameplay needed to stop, but the UI still needed to stay active. One thing that worked well was Unreal's UI system, which made it easier to build menus and connect them to gameplay. Using C++ gave us full control over system behavior, which helped us fix issues more effectively. We also added a developer mode, which allowed us to test and modify different parts of the game in real time. This made debugging much faster and improved our workflow.
While making the game, we've made multiple decisions to keep the core experience strong. For example, we prioritized polishing the sanity system and the computer puzzles instead of adding a large number of enemies. We also limited enemy variety to ensure that each one has a distinct mechanic and purpose, rather than spreading design effort thin. And some environmental expansions and additional content ideas were cut to maintain the performance and stability in UE5. These decisions helped us focus on making a core loop, survive, solve puzzles, manage sanity, feel more put together and on purpose. If we were to keep developing this game, we would probably focus on expanding the depth of our existing system rather than just adding content. That would consist of more complex and adaptive enemies, expanding our puzzle variety with different logic types, maybe a stronger narrative integration between the Rice concept and the Nightmare World, and a more dynamic sanity effects tied directly into the gameplay.
This is Bryce Klein, and for the demonstration I'm going to be taking on the role of our first persona, Manly Badass Hero, who is a streamer that is playing this game for the first time. Hello, my name is Manly Badass Hero, and today we're going to be playing this indie horror game called Wash Your Rice, coincidentally by the team named Wash Your Rice. Alright, so it's pretty dark here, so I'm going to click the settings first and get things sorted out. I'll do medium, my computer is not that great. Let's turn this brightness up and volume just a tad. Alright, let's get started. New game. I think we should probably start with the tutorial first. I don't know what y'all think, but playing with audio is recommended because enemy spawn cues are important, I think is what that said. So look around, use W, A, S, and D. Hold two look keys together to look diagonally. Oh, okay, cool. To move, use your mouse to click a green movement box. Alright, let's just do the computer first, I guess. I for inventory. You can combine items, and then, alright, let's click these two buttons. Should get a hard drive. Looks like we did. Everything seems normal, but I feel weird. Oh my god. I know it's kind of spooked me a little bit. So I guess if you don't do things right, you lose your sanity. I wonder what happens if you get 0, though. Alright, let's interact with the computer. Complete the puzzle. Guess we'll just click on this first one. Hint, check the file name. Well, I'm guessing it's just world. Put that in that little box. Okay, check your inventory. Let's exit that. Let's exit right here. In your inventory, combine the hard drive and cable, and then use it on the server rack. Alright, so I combine these two. Where is the server rack? Oh, right there. Connect. Good, you passed the first test. The remainder will not be easy. At low sanity levels, you will begin to hallucinate. Alright, not too hard, it seems. Rest in bed to recover. So I can see it go up there. What the? I'm guessing that's one of those hallucinations. And then the window and door is for later. Alright, does not seem that difficult. I'm gonna actually turn the brightness up a little bit more for you guys. All right, let's try a new game. Let's start on normal. So this is just a little story bit. So I'm just reading through this real quick. You guys can pause if you'd like. I'm not gonna read this whole thing out for you. You viewers are talented, I'm sure. Seems like we are being punished for not washing your rice, which makes sense. You should always wash your rice. All right, night 1. Oh, I see the little timer at the top. I guess we don't have much time. All right. If you're seeing this, that means you were caught up in these stupid tests. So enemies are going to come after us, it seems. Scared of lights? Okay, after flashlight. See a lot of things going on here. Enter the binary string from the puzzles to complete the night. I've seen my sanity bar go down already. Let's try to fix that. Doesn't recover super fast, but I'm sure we'll make do. Alright, let's do this first puzzle. Oh my god. Glad I did a computer science degree. Alright, let's see. So we want to get a sum, and the answer would be the sum, so let's try x plus y. Oh, guess we got some sanity back. Check my inventory. What we got? Broken flashlight and battery. Alright, let's click these two together, combine. And then they said press F. Okay. Maze.exe. Alright, I'll click that one. Oh, something's being timed. Next remap. I guess I'll just try to do this puzzle. I'm just using the arrow keys. Oh, it does different. Okay, so right is W now. And then down is A. Okay, that's easy enough. 17.c. Hangman puzzle. 17 in binary. I think that's this. I don't know what that noise was, but maybe a hallucination. I wonder what happens if you get it wrong. Oh, okay. Oh. Guess that must be one of those enemies. Slide. Oh, it's like a frequency slider. Okay. Locks. Let me try typing that in. Seems like I'm shaking pretty bad. Let me try to fix that. I think we'll go back to the computer once it's at about like halfway maybe. Alright, I'm shaking, so let's go. Oh, I heard that thing this time. Alright, let me go see if I can take care of it. So it said shine the light in F. Okay, cool. That is good to know. Let's try to do the actual right answer this time. Check answer. Just so you viewers know, that is indeed 17 in binary. Prime.cpp. Right. Wow, this one looks difficult. I'm gonna be cheap. I wonder what this button does. I have a good feeling I know what, but let's try it out. I don't want to do this puzzle. Let's go. Hear that enemy again. Oh god, I thought that door knock was in real life. Like another enemy. Let me try to... Can't arrest right now. Oh man. Oh god. That is loud. Alright, let's try resting one more time. We can probably finish up that last puzzle pretty quickly. Slide.cpp. Order the numbers like a keypad. There are 2 empty slots if a tile is next to both. Repeated clicks. Cycle. Let me take care of... Oh god. You know, I don't have time for this. Bypass. I'm gonna try my light on that one too. I'm running out of time here. Let's do this. Boom, I think that's it. Oh, yep, I got everything. Let's do this quick. 1001, 1011. Boom. Oh, I guess I beat the first night then. Oh yeah, night 2. Well, this was just a short little stream, so I'm actually going to end it here. Let me see about quitting. Should save my progress too. Let's see. Alright, cool. Next time on the stream, though, we will definitely finish up this game. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Overall, Wash Your Rice was built as a psychological horror experience centered on tension, resource management, and decision making under pressure. We achieved this by tightly integrating the sanity system, puzzle mechanics, and enemy behavior into a single gameplay loop, where every action matters and every moment can become dangerous. Thank you Please enjoy your game.